Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. A funny thing happened on the way to making this video. I was gonna make a video on all of the rest of the mudding. I made a video on the first coat, but there's been, I think, 4 coats since then, and I actually had the footage, but I have no idea where it went. What I think happened was when I uploaded it to the computer, I cut the files and was going to paste it into another folder and then just never did it. At any rate, the footage is gone and this is nearly done. I did find a little bit of footage from the sanding of the first coat, but I don't know if I'll show that or not. If I do, I'll show it right here. Well, we have another fine mess here. We had a big storm last night. Not a huge amount of rain, but a whole lot of wind, and it blew water in here. But the bigger mess is right here. I did the drywall mudding yesterday. Well, it's not that big of a mess. Everything's all cleaned up. All the tools and everything are all cleaned up. And I just need to sweep and vacuum here. It looks a lot worse than it is. Today's job, we're going to go up there and sand what I did yesterday. Okay, so today's task is to go around the entire room and get everything sanded really well. And then with any luck, I'll be able to apply some lightweight joint compound today as well. I'll be wet sanding. Got my little tub of water here and my sanding blocks. And I'll be bringing a knife along with me to knock off stuff like this and this, just these ridges here and any little bumps on the screw holes. Hopefully this won't take me too long. I'm hoping that I can get through this before lunch, and then after lunch, I'll put the heater on during lunch, and then after lunch, come back at this with the lightweight compound. I really got to get this done soon, so let's get at this. Unfortunately, I have the heat on the same circuit as the lights, and I don't want to put them both on at the same time. I don't need any heat at all right now, but once I start putting compound on, I do want to have heat and lights. I have some heavier cords, but it's not really worth unplugging everything that's on them to do that. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I have to go over every screw hole, but that shouldn't be too hard. Let's give this a test and yeah, this is a lot different. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We'll see how that sands. Yeah, that just takes the paper right off. This is going to be a much bigger task than I thought. I was thinking this was going to be a lot more like the lightweight compound, but yeah, I wonder if this paper is different. This is lightweight drywall, and this paper just seems to come off instantly. Yikes. Okay, well, looks like this is going to take a lot longer than I thought. This corner right here by the stairs, or by the ladder, is the worst of all the areas for some reason, which is good for me because it's more comfortable to sit here. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a while. But like I said, I don't have all these blobs like this in most of the other area. Yeah, this is what I'm afraid of. I don't want to keep sanding through the paper. This will get a coat of the thin stuff, the easily sandable stuff, so maybe I should just stop right there and get this big stuff off with the knife. I can do a really good job on a normal wall, but once you start adding in all of these little details like this, I start to suck. Yeah, it looks like the trick is to use the knife for almost everything. Oh boy. So I started right here and I was sanding and scraping away, working my way around the room, and I got to the window area right there and UPS showed up. And I'm thinking, boy, he's early today. But then I looked on my phone and I had already worked 3.5 hours. It's already getting close to 2 in the afternoon. So I'm going to go quick have lunch. I left off right over there somewhere. It'll be easy to pick it up right where I left off. So I'm guessing when I get back, what I have left here is probably going to take an hour. And I don't know, the ceiling, it might be another 3.5 hours to finish up today. We'll see. If that's the case, I probably won't be able to get to any mudding today, but I'm certainly going to try. I'm doing a pretty good job of getting this stuff sanded down. It's really hard to sand, and areas like this are going to be a bit more difficult, but this is on really light. I just wanted to cover up the tape so I don't have to sand that down to the tape. Actually, that's probably fairly good right the way it is, because on this I could take a knife full of mud and just cover that whole thing up. All I need to do is take down any of the ridges that are in the way. I'll show that a little bit more when I get back. Alright, thought I'd show you this before it's all gone. I only have that much left to do. This is pretty typical of all of these odd angle corners. What I did was get the tape on. This is mesh tape. I got that on one day, and then I came back the next day and put on this 1 hour mud. I didn't do a perfect job with the mud, but I did a pretty good job. All I wanted to do was get the tape bedded in and get it mushed through in any place that there was a little bit too much of a gap. Now I'm going along and sanding this, kind of like this up here. Any of this stuff like this will get filled in with the next coat. Once I get this sanded, I'm going to go over the whole thing with nice lightweight joint compound, and that stuff's a lot easier for me to use. I'll get that on it, do a little touch-up sanding, and that should do it. Okay, back to the present. I think I only put 3 coats of mud on this after that original coat, and the reason for that was so I wouldn't mess up these corners, especially these corners here, by trying to go both ways, because I had to go this way on this bottom part and up on this other part. There was a lot of reasons for it, but anyways, today I'm going to get back in here. I can get most of this stuff off with just the knife, but anything that's left over, I'll take the corner sander and get that off. Stuff like this will come right off with the knife. This is almost done. You could see a few lines and stuff here and there. So I'm going to go all the way around and get this all sanded, and then I'll come back in and put the final coat of mud on, which will just be a bit of detailing here and there. Like this area right here needs a bit of detailing around this smoke alarm opening and the screw holes here. I'm going to put a piece of tape on this where I fixed the light hole in the wrong place. I got a couple screw holes. A lot of the stuff that I need to fix is right here. The rest of this is in really good shape. So without further ado, I'm going to go around and get this sanded up real quick and then get that last coat of mud on. Tomorrow I want to get in here and do any final sanding that I need to do, which should be real quick, and then lightly sponge the edges. Then we'll be able to get in here and prime this. All right, I don't know how much of this I'll show. I'll probably show this stuff right here and a few of the other details, and then I'll show it when we get to the patching of this hole, and I'll show you the mudding of this part, and that should do it. But who knows, I'll come back here and there and show you what I'm doing. That's pretty good. I'll get this a little bit more, and then I got to get this bottom part with the vacuum on. So I think we're going to go with time lapse for the rest of this. Kitty, I gotta get to work. Kitty. Alright, go away now. Go. Okay, I am all done with the mudding except for two little spots. Right here and that hole. What I'm going to do with the hole is get a piece of tape that's 8 inches long and cover this part that's not going to be cut out. This is where my hole's going to go. I actually just took that 4-foot straight edge and put it on the old line for these holes and continued that over. I had a hole marked right here, but it was a bit off. Glad I did that. So I'm gonna brush that down, get any dust off of it. Then I'm gonna take my piece of tape and get it embedded in mud and then put that on there right here. Smooth it out real nice and good. I may have to put a second coat on that. I'm not real sure, but I'll be doing other stuff up here for a couple days anyways. I gotta scrape this floor. I gotta find out the new location of the toilet and a couple other things. Oh, and I have to sand the floor. It's a bit uneven and there's a bunch of stuff that's kind of sticking up. We're gonna paint this floor and it's in real sad shape to just paint it the way it is. So I have a couple days. All right, I'm gonna get some mud. Well, actually, I'm gonna get my tray. I got the mud right here. I only need a tiny little bit. Like I said, I just gotta do this area right here, a little bit around this light, I think. Yeah, all this stuff can be done with spackle. I really don't wanna hit anything that I don't need to with mud. Yeah, that'll be it. Just this stuff right here and that little strip of paper on there. And that'll be it until tomorrow. Just need a little, no matter what. Probably gonna waste some, but it's just mud. Alright, that's probably enough. I got my little piece of paper. I'm gonna get a little bit on the ceiling and then embed it in that. And then scrape that clean. Alright. Get that stuck into the mud. Then I'll squeeze all that mud out from underneath it and embed it in mud. And then we can work on that. Alright. Have to put the heat on again tonight. It's been getting down below freezing every night for the last week or so. I am pretty much done with the mudding. That's what I got done here. Got a little puck there, but that's nothing that the spackle won't take care of, and the knife will just take care of that. That is real easy, couple minutes tomorrow. This, I'm gonna have to mud again, but like I said, I'll be doing the putty on the floor tomorrow, so by the time I'm done with that, I'll come in and put the last coat on this, and we will be just about there. The day I sand the floor, which is probably going to be in 2 days, is probably when I'll drill that hole. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.